It was the 1950s. India was a young, independent nation bustling with enthusiasm. The Indian Navy, after partition, barely had over 40 warships, and with a coastline over 7,000 kilometers to defend, our Navy really needed to expand and grow to meet the maritime challenges that our nation faced. Today, our Navy is one of the largest in the world, with a fleet consisting of aircraft carriers, nuclear-powered submarines, and over 200 ships and aircraft. Many great men were responsible for this metamorphosis. Our story is about one such leader who has been instrumental in this transformation, an important cog in this wheel of progress and growth. Vice Admiral A.V. Subhedar, PVSM, AVSM, VSM.
The year was 1956. Indian hockey team had juggernauted its way to its sixth consecutive Olympic gold, defeating the arch-rivals Pakistan. As the nation erupted in jubilous celebrations, the city of Nagpur had even more reasons to celebrate, as it had been incorporated into the Bombay state. It was a particularly momentous year for the Subhedar household, as they had been blessed with a baby boy. Shri V.M. Subhedar and Mrs. Shailja Subhedar named the boy Ashok.
A young Ashok Subhedar attended school at Hadas High School in Nagpur. True to his name, he excelled in all fields from the very beginning. He was a keen sportsman who represented his school in cricket and volleyball. While he was at school, the nation went to war.
Pakistan has committed an unprovoked aggression against us, and our defense forces have been ordered to meet this challenge with full courage and determination.
These years left a lasting impression on his young mind. The ideals of patriotism, devotion to duty, and nation were ingrained in him from the very beginning. He went on to pursue mechanical engineering from University of Nagpur and graduated in 1977. The spark in him to become a great leader and visionary was seen by everyone around him, and he was elected as president of his college union.
In January 1977, he appeared for his service selection board in Bhopal and joined the Naval Academy in August 1977, dedicating his life in service to the nation and the Navy. After completion of his grueling basic training at Naval Academy and his Marine Engineering Professional course in 1979, the young officer was chosen to be a part of the commissioning crew of Indian naval ship Sandhayak as the senior engineering officer. He went on to serve on board Indian naval ship Gaj, headquarters Southern Naval Command, and as engineering officer of Indian naval ship Bhavnagar.
Being a keen music enthusiast from the very beginning, he struck a chord with the gifted Mrs. Rohini, a Hindustani classical musician, in February 1983, and ever since they have made a wonderful duet together.
रूप तेरा मस्ताना प्यार मेरा दीवाना रूप तेरा मस्ताना प्यार मेरा दीवाना भूल कोई हमसे ना हो जाए रूप तेरा मस्ताना प्यार मेरा दीवाना भूल कोई हमसे ना हो जाए.
Soon the family was complete with a baby boy, Abhishek, and a baby girl, Aarti. It was a perfect family.
The officer was also a part of the acceptance team for the S&Ms in the erstwhile Soviet Union. He again had the privilege of being a part of the commissioning crew of Indian naval ship Kothar and served as her engineering officer. He took an active part in the pre-commissioning activity and liquidation of guaranteed defects and D448 liabilities. he worked on the design improvements which were implemented into the sister corvettes. Right from his formative years in service, the Admiral has been actively involved in procurement and production of warship, which has been pivotal in our Navy's transformation from a buyer's Navy to a builder's Navy.
The officer also served as Engineering Officer, Indian Naval Ship Godavari, and went on to serve as Fleet Engineering Officer, Western Fleet in 1998, where he dealt with guarantee issues of newly commissioned P-15 ships. He went on to serve ashore at the Directorate of Naval Training, where he formulated training modules for the crews of Talwar class and Vikram Aditya, ensuring the fighting efficiency and readiness of the crew of these frontline ships. His next tenure was at the Directorate of Ship Production, where he closely interacted and gained insight into the shipbuilding methodologies by yards across the globe, which has been essential in molding our shipyards to face the challenges of the 21st century. He oversaw the commissioning of the Talwar class, LSTs, and acquisition of a number of craft like tankers, training ships, mine hunters, yard crafts, etc. As Warship Production Superintendent, Mumbai, he was responsible for and oversaw the construction of state-of-the-art warship in service today like P-17 Shivalik class, P-15 Alpha, etc.
He took over as General Manager Refit at Naval Dockyard Visakhapatnam, where he dealt with guarantee issues of newly commissioned ships such as LST from GRSE Kolkata and newly acquired Indian naval ship Jalashva from the United States. As Chief Staff Officer Technical Eastern Naval Command, he chaired the D448 Committee for accepting waterjet fast attack crafts from GRSE and resolved guarantee and post-delivery issues. The Admiral took over command of Naval Dockyard Mumbai, where he ensured timely completion of refits of ships and submarines in Mumbai. The Admiral has always had a keen interest in heritage and took charge of the renovation of heritage infrastructure and buildings at Mumbai, including Bullard Bandar and Naval Dockyard Heritage Hall. On promotion to the rank of Vice Admiral, he was appointed as Director General Naval Plans, Mumbai, and played a pivotal role in bringing the construction of the largest dry dock in the Indian Navy back on track from its cost and time overruns.
The Admiral's next appointment was as Controller of Warship Production and Acquisition, and he ensured successful delivery of the latest stealth destroyer Indian naval ship Kolkata, corvette Indian naval ship Komorta, OPV Indian naval ship Sumitra, and a number of small vessels and yard crafts. He took shipbuilding to unprecedented heights when Indian naval ship Sumitra was commissioned with nil D448 liabilities. His relentless efforts also resulted in Indian naval ship Kolkata commissioned with 60% indigenized content and Komorta with 90% indigenous content, despite the global economic slowdown and recession. His dynamism and progress resulting in sustenance of the shipyards keeping up with the Navy's indigenization goals and government's Make in India policy. He also played a critical role in mitigating constraints on the Scorpion submarines and undocking of the first submarine. His untiring, relentless efforts and leadership skills ensured the successful accord of US sanction for IAC-1 and P-17 Alpha. As Controller of Warship Production and Acquisition, he initiated, guided, and executed projects worth about 3 lakh crores.
On taking over as Chief of Materiel, the Admiral remained committed to the Navy's goal of self-reliance and Make in India. He organized a seminar on innovation and indigenization to develop synergy between the Navy, government, and public and private industry. The Indian Naval Indigenization Plan 2015-30 was rolled out for the industry to appreciate the requirements of the Navy. He oversaw the completion of the first ever MR of Sindhukirti at Hindustan Shipyard Limited and refits of 2 aircraft carriers, including Vikramaditya's maiden refit. The smooth conduct of the Navy's flagship event, the International Fleet Review, was a perfect opportunity to showcase to the world how far Navy has come in terms of indigenization and self-reliance. He rolled out contracts nearly worth 2,000 crores to ensure the material readiness of the plethora of equipment in the Navy's inventory. He also channelized the Navy's effort towards foreign cooperation by developing our material capabilities to such an extent that we are now able to render assistance to other nations as well. Another feather in Navy's cap has been the development of military-grade LED lights for energy efficiency, all thanks to the Admiral's effort indeed.
His keen interest in sports has stayed undiminished through the Admiral's long years in service. He has shown remarkable skill with the golf club and has quite a few birdies in his kitty. His love for machines stretches beyond those at sea, as the Admiral recollects what was perhaps his first love, his first motorcycle, his beloved bullet. The Admiral has been indeed gifted in many facets of his life, but his most treasured gift is definitely his family. His family has been a tower of unflinching strength and support throughout his life. The upright morals, unwavering sense of devotion to duty shown by the Admiral and his wife are reflected in their children as well. Both of them have reached highly respectable positions in their careers. The Navy is greatly indebted to Mrs. Subhedar for her tireless efforts with the Navy Wives Welfare Association over decades that has left a lasting impression on the ladies and the families of our fellow naval personnel. The Navy today has transformed from the little more than a literal force in the 50s to a blue water navy it is today. The Admiral has been instrumental in bringing about this transformation. Thanks to his knowledge, leadership, and foresight, his effort and hard work for over 4 decades in uniform will continue to bear fruit and be an inspiration for generations to come in the Navy.